นีต่อไปนานา next station นานา
After hearing that musical announcement of the station Nana on the BTS, it would normally be at night for me when I hear that, and I would make a left at this big intersection and go down Soi 4 over there to Nana Plaza. Today, I'm on the other side of the street this afternoon, and I'm going to make a right because I have a more serious objective today in my travels. I'm going to Bumrungrad Hospital, and I'm going to talk in this video a little bit about the medical care that's available here in Bangkok. My purpose for this visit is a follow-up visit. I had shingles, and there are still kind of residual problems going on with that here 8 weeks later. So I want to go talk to a dermatologist and see if I could ward off any long-lasting kind of problems as the neuralgia that comes from that disease, so I'm told. So I want to go talk to them about that. Now, I have no appointment. It's around lunchtime. I'm just walking into the hospital, which I always do. I have found you can make an appointment. You can find Bumrungrad Hospital online and make an appointment, but I found that the website is more set up for their convenience, tracking information and data, than it is as a convenience. Here, see, so this is where you walk to the 3 Sukhumvit Hotel intersection and make a left, and you're headed into the hospital complex here. So yeah, I just found the website to be kludgy and not very helpful. I suppose if I had something really serious to do, I would probably want to make, some kind of pre-arrangements. But I found if you just show up here during business hours, they're more than accommodating, and I've never had to wait, more than a few minutes to see a doctor. So yeah, it's one of the things I like about the place. I came here one afternoon to see a dermatologist about a cyst that was growing in the back of my neck. The dermatologist referred me to a surgeon. I says, okay, when can you make an appointment? She goes, you go right now. I went up, I had skin surgery that day. I got to remember, I walked in without an appointment. I saw a dermatologist, a surgeon, who after talking with, I liked. He removed this sebaceous cyst that had been an annoying problem for about the last 20 years, and I went home, and that was that. So yeah, that's the kind of service that you get at this place. So a security guard just stopped me and asked me not to shoot any videos on the hospital grounds, which is a reasonable request. I mean, hospitals are all about privacy if they're about anything, so I was happy to comply with that request, and I came here to True Digital Park to finish up the video. So I just went and visited with a dermatologist. As I said, I went in without an appointment. I saw the person at the front desk. Now, they have my records on hand, so I didn't have to fill out any forms that you would need to fill out the first time that you go, but they're very helpful with that as well. And they directed me to the place where I could go see a dermatologist, and within 10 minutes I was sitting in front of the same woman who had diagnosed my shingles problem 8 weeks ago, and she was a little surprised to see me. She was a woman, about my age, an older woman, very, very nice, classy lady, actually. I liked her a lot. And I voiced my concern to her about how shingles usually clears up, according to the AI stuff. It usually clears up to 3 to 5 weeks, and here it is 8 weeks later, and I still have residual problems with the rash and itching and pain and that kind of thing. It's not as bad as it once was, but it's still there, and I was concerned about it. And she laughed. She goes, no, it's because you're old. Which I looked at her like, okay, I hear that coming from you. And she just explained that shingles damages nerve endings, and nerves heal slowly to begin with. When you're older and your immune system isn't what it once was, it takes a longer time for that to resolve completely. She told me to be patient, and happily she told me I can go back to practicing yoga, which I haven't been doing. I miss that. That's how I stay fit and healthy. And So yeah, it was good news that I could go back to that. And just by the fact that she told me not to worry about the discomfort, discomfort, which is pretty minor at this point, I don't even think about it anymore. I'm just moving ahead with my regular life. But the point of this video is not for me to talk about my illnesses. It's about the fine medical care that has been available here to me in Thailand, in Bangkok. Now I go to Bumrungrad Hospital, which is a very nice hospital. It's like a 5-star hotel at times, and it caters to expats, to Western expats, and Middle Eastern expats as well. I've run into a lot of Iranians there. Ironically, we're having geopolitical issues with them these days, but they come here. The wealthy Iranians come here for their medical care, and people from all over the world. They are set up to accommodate medical tourism. So if you have a problem that you would want to come to Thailand for, they have a business center on the 10th floor of Building A, where I thought I would film some of this video instead of sitting in the park here, but it turned out that was a little too noisy, so I opted for the park. And the business center there can help you set up visas for long-term medical stays, or just as a regular visa agent. I've used them many times in the past to do my 90-day report for my retirement visa. If for some reason I couldn't get that done online, which now I usually can do it online, but if there's a problem with the online 90-day report, rather than go out to the immigration center, Chiang Tana, which takes a whole day, I could just give it to them, and for a very reasonable fee, I forget how much it was, about 600 baht, I think it was, they did it for you. They took your passport, and 3 days later they bring it back with the necessary stamps for the 90-day report. So that service is available there at Bumrungrad as well. Now, I have a friend, Dr. Dick. He's one of my yoga students who's a New York physician. He's a psychiatrist. And he comes here and he practices yoga with me frequently. He spends a lot of time here in Thailand. And he was talking about the medical system here as well. Now, he recommends Bangkok Hospital, which he says is much less expensive than Bumrungrad. But for this consultation, now I spent less than an hour at the hospital, had a consult with a dermatologist, and it cost I think it was about $60 US for the entire fee. Now the convenience, the customer service, and the low prices alone at Bumrungrad are fine for me. I do have insurance for catastrophic kind of stuff, but I have high deductibles because I'm pretty healthy, and the routine medical care is so inexpensive here. I've had head-to-toe physicals, including x-rays and blood work and ultrasounds on your internal organs and whole body head-to-toe physical for $800 at Bumrungrad Hospital. And again, according to Dr. Dick, he could probably get it for less at Bangkok Hospital, where he goes. And if you're willing to go to the state hospitals, which are not as fancy, they're not all air conditioned, it's less amenities, but the same doctors that work at Bumrungrad work at the state hospitals, and you can get it there you can get medical treatment at those places for a third of what you would pay at Bumrungrad. The medical care here in Thailand is good and inexpensive. It's something that I can afford for my routine care. They have plenty of expat insurance plans available that are inexpensive as well. It's a way better deal than you get in the States, that's for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to make a little bit of a video about medical care, because I was dealing with hospitals, and I thought I would do just a kind of a first-person report on what's going on with Bangkok medical care. Thanks for watching. See you soon.